and welcome to another edition of Rise and Shine with Therapist Joe. It's nice to see you again, and I hope you had a great weekend, or if you're in Canada, a great long weekend, because Thanksgiving has just passed. Let me tell you, I Thanksgiving is not one of my favorite holidays. I really like Halloween, Christmas. Those ones are my faves. But let me tell you, this year Thanksgiving was pretty fun. Every family always has their quirks, right? Sometimes we don't get along. But one thing I do know is we all love each other, no matter how much we get on each other's nerves. Now, I know everybody's situation is different, so if you didn't have a good Thanksgiving or you just don't get along with your family, just know that doesn't impact about who you are as a person. And that's the important thing. All right. So I guess if you'd like to drop down in the comments below about what you're thankful for, I'd love to hear it. I love to hear about what everybody's up to. That's kind of one of the main things we like to do in the morning. And just, yeah, if anybody has questions, comments, concerns about their own kind of like mental well being or therapy in general. Of course, this is more of a like what I would do in that situation, not necessarily, a replacement for any actual therapy. I always recommend everybody should have a therapist because there's no harm in having these deep conversations with people if you're talking to the right therapist, of course. Here we go. Yeah, so what I was thankful for the most is good food too. I was in charge of the, what was it, Brussels sprouts and the yams. And again, they gave me some of the more simple dishes as I'm not known for my cooking. But it is what it is. I have other talents. Not everybody's a chef. And I can always enjoy food and compliment other people for their abilities to make food. So, well done, people who can cook. Hi, Joe. How are you? Good morning. How was your weekend? Tell me about what you were up to. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw my little clip from Thanksgiving, but we went to a cottage, which was a lot of fun. And we made a big old turkey about the size of my head. Hi, Jared. How are you doing? Where are you calling in from? I'd love to hear. Yeah, no. So we made a giant turkey and it went well, but oh my gosh, the cabin got so smoky and like filled up with so much smoke. We had to like crack the windows even though it was really, really cold out. Oh my gosh, Joe, you met a movie star? What? Who? That's so mysterious. Hi, Ava. Good morning. How are you doing? Hi. Hi, Pretty. How are you? Hope you guys are having a great morning, and thanks for tuning in and getting ready with me. Hi, Norman. Hi, David. Oh, thanks, David. You love my videos? I appreciate that. Yeah, it's good vibes only, right? This is the fun part. I was just thinking about kind of, where I want to take the direction of my channel and everything. And it's fun to think about, I like to keep things light and fun and kind of jokey, but at the same time, it's important to talk about kind of more deep topics and stuff too. So I think it's a nice balance act, right? Of keeping things light, but also having these deeper conversations. And yeah. Hi, Giovanni. Ooh, I love your name, Giovanni. I don't think I've ever heard that name before. Joe, you met Paige, who used to be in WWE? Wow. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think we were talking about wrestling the other day. I don't know if you were there for that, Joe, but I only know like The Undertaker, The Rock, and of course John Cena. My parents wouldn't let me watch wrestling because they were afraid we would wrestle each other to the grave, basically. Yeah, you're welcome, Giovanni. All right, guys. So drop in the comments what you're thankful for. I know it's not American Thanksgiving yet, but if anything, it kind of shows what your mindset is, right? If you understand what you're thankful for, it's kind of a window into your soul, basically. It's saying, what do I find important in my life? What's resonating with me? And by understanding what's important to you, you can start to live by your values and pursue the things that are most important to you, which in turn, you live a fulfilled life. You're thankful for having friends and family? Yep, Joe, I'm the same there too. Friends and family are so important to me. And that's what I noticed too during Thanksgiving. We kind of reflect on what we're thankful for, and I realized, you know what? I'd like to spend more time with my friends. I'm gonna take some space and really make that a priority. Because my friends, we're getting older. How old am I? Do you want to guess, Giovanni? How old am I? We said in a live stream the other day. I don't know if anybody knows who's here today. It's a trick. I definitely do not look my age. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to talk about too, along the lines of being grateful and everything. Hi, Jarek. How are you doing? Is all about narrative therapy, because this is kind of narrative therapy is along the roots of like thankfulness and everything and self-reflection. Basically what narrative therapy is a type of therapy that some people use where you look at your life like a story and you are the main character. It's really fun to do, and you guys could try this at home. You imagine yourself as a character in a movie or a book, and you say, okay, if my life was a story, what would that look like? Let's start at the beginning. Like, what is my origin story as a kid? You know? I'm actually 31. I'll reveal it. Hi, Lucky Bamboo. How are you doing? Love the name. Love the little four-leaf clover in your name. Yeah, so maybe give it a try. If your life was a movie, give it a title. Like, what would that title be? Oh my gosh, I haven't done that in a while. What would my title of my life movie be? Oof. Maybe The Complex Life of a Canadian Girl or something. Something along those lines. Yeah. And by seeing yourself as a character rather than, the typical way that you view yourself, which is yourself, it kind of gives you a new perspective on the person that you are. And you kind of look for their strengths and weaknesses too. It's like, okay, my character really, really thrives in these situations. Like, these were the golden moments for my character. These were the milestones for my character. These are the events that made my character who they are. Hi, Ava. Hi, Giovanni. Do I watch anime? Yeah, sometimes I do. Attack on Titan is my favorite anime. It was devastating. I really liked that one. I think that one was such a trip. If anybody hasn't watched it, it is like one of the wildest stories you could ever imagine. That's what I love about anime too. Like a lot of movies these days in Hollywood are very predictable, kind of similar to each other, but then you go into anime and it's just like, what is happening, So yeah, when you do this like narrative therapy perspective and you're imagining your life, you can also use this thing called externalizing the problem. So you could almost create this character that is the biggest problem in your life. It doesn't work for everybody, but some people find it really helpful. So for example, if you're feeling really sad all the time, you could name this sad part of you, right? It's like this sad thing that's affecting me is maybe like Sadling the Wise, and it's like a wizard that's following you around, and it's like casting spells on you, making you sad. So it's like, okay, once I've removed this sadness from me, who am I as a person? Like, this sadness is outside of me now. What's left? And that way you can kind of understand almost like the goal that you have once you've resolved this sadness, or how do I live my life with this wizard following me around? It's gonna affect me at times, and maybe I could get rid of it, maybe not. What can I do to push it forward by giving the problem like a name, externalizing it? You're understanding the core person better. Have you ever heard of palm reading? I have heard of it. I don't know too much about that. It's not something that I do, but it's pretty interesting stuff. I love to hear about like all the different cultures and the history behind these different things. I mean, palm reading has been around forever, I'm pretty sure. A long, long time. Oh, the new parts? Is that an anime, Giovanni? I'd love to hear about that. Hi, David. Oh, that's okay. Thanks for tuning in. I see you're still a moderator, huh? I guess it sticks around. I'm still trying to figure out all this YouTube stuff, guys. I just got, oh, this is exciting news. I got a new webcam. And it's in 4K and stuff, so you're gonna see all of my pores and sweat and all that stuff. Very exciting times. Yeah, it's it's called an Ozbot. I don't know if you guys know what that is. I didn't know what that was. But apparently it's like popular in esports and stuff. And my favorite part about it is if you turn it sideways, it goes into like short reel mode, and then you turn it the other way and it goes like vertical YouTube video mode. So I'd love to learn more about how to use that properly. I think I'm gonna spend part of today, part of tomorrow trying to figure that all out, so I can maybe go live on shorts, vertical thingy. Yeah, David, you're my bodyguard, my moderator. Yeah, where's Crystal? We're missing Crystal. I haven't seen her. Yeah, so there'll be a bit of a trial and error while I try to figure out the technology. I don't know if anybody has advice for me, or if anybody also does live streaming, let me know. I'm feeling good, David. Thanks for asking. I feel actually pretty well rested after my trip for Thanksgiving. Feeling super chill. You need to watch the new part on Titan. Attack on Titan? Giovanni? Is there a new part? Oh my gosh, that would blow my mind. I know they have a lot of like random spin-off series of Attack on Titans. Like, the plot of Attack on Titans is pretty, without too many spoilers. I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. I'm going to try not to spoil like much at all. But the general simplified version is that there's a city, and it's kind of like European, almost looks like Danish type island. So it's an island. There's an island of people, and they're living in like a walled off area. So there's like 3 circles of big walls, and on the outside of the walls on the island, it's filled with these titans, and they're kind of like these dumb zombie type things that are running around, and they try to eat you. So these people on the inside of the walls, they cannot remember a time where there weren't titans, and they battle them every day, and it's a mess. So it's kind of like the mystery of who they are and what they do, and yeah, very exciting stuff. It's like a whole mystery solved type situation. Yeah, thank you, David. I really do appreciate the way that you moderate. You do a great job, and I really appreciate that you do that for me. So thank you very much. Let's get this moisturizer to like look directly in the camera. Oh. There we go. All right. Yeah, any other show recommendations you guys have for me? I gotta stop watching scary movies. It's these freaking Netflix when they pop up because it's Halloween, and I'm like, oh, that looks interesting, and then I can't sleep for the rest of the night. Actually, I have a friend. Oh, this is exciting news. My friend is on um, True Hauntings, which is a new Netflix show that just came out. So if you guys want to support her and check it out, she's on like the second half of it. It's like true crime story with actors acting out what happened. And she's the actress who's acting out what happens while like the real people talk about the story. So that was really exciting to see somebody that you know so well on screen. You're like, ah, you made it. I actually know quite a few people who have been on big shows. She's the first one that I know who's like starred in a show, you know, so that was exciting. How about you guys? Do you know any celebrities? Did you grow up with celebrities? Yeah. What do you like to watch, David? I think you mentioned you were watching some scary movies. How's that going? Reauthor. Yeah, while David answers, I want to talk a little bit more about kind of that storybook situation that I was talking about. Oh my gosh, a cat has joined. Hello, cat. Yeah, so basically, when we use this narrative therapy, obviously we understand our past situation of our story through narrative therapy. And then it's like, how do we rewrite our story, the sequel that's coming up? What do you want differently? What do you want that story to change? Your character, now that you understand it fully, its traits, its strengths, it's kind of like, like when you do the categories at the beginning of a video game where you're like, okay, intelligence 5 out of 10, like physical 3 out of 10, stamina 2 out of 10, like all that stuff. It's like, okay, so I understand the stats of my character. Like, how can I improve this? Or like, even what do I want out of this? How can I rewrite the story so it's less of a tragedy and more of an adventure or more of a mystery? It's like, what do you want in the future? Yeah, David, exactly. More 7 in cat years or human years, cat? Yeah, and that's the other thing too. By taking on this narrative therapy perspective, you're able to kind of, what do you call it? Thicken, thicken up the narrative. So instead of just saying, okay, yeah, I'm a kind person, you're looking for the evidence. It's like, what is the evidence that I'm a kind person? How have I shown that? At what point was I kind? And how can I increase that? If I really appreciate being kind, how can I incorporate that into my day? Maybe I need to go volunteer some more. Maybe I just need to hold the door open whenever I'm in front of somebody, and that will make me feel like I'm living my authentic kind life. you know Hi, Animation TV, thanks for joining us. Yeah, what do you guys think? Have you ever heard of narrative therapy? Oh, thanks, Kat. Thanks for subscribing. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Narrative therapy is not the most popular. I'd say the most popular one these days is CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. Most people use that one. And again, like if you know anything about me, I always like mix it all together. I understand a lot about different therapies and I kind of take a lot of pieces from each thing. Hi, Sachin. Nice to see you again. How are you doing? I guess it's the end of your day. Did you have a good day? Namaste. Sure, Kat, you can tell me something. As long as it's appropriate. Or else David will get you. Oh, which video game do I play? Oh, it's been a while since I played a video game. I just started playing a new phone game called, what is it called? Last War. And it's just like the most brain numbing thing. I usually do it like when I'm just waiting between sessions or something. I just play this like little game. It's a lot of like pressing buttons. I don't even know how it works. You just like boop, 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 boop. Yeah. Hi XYZ, you're back. Nice to see you. But when it comes to like big video games, what did I enjoy? I love the Hogwarts game. Hogwarts Legacy was a lot of fun. When I was a kid, I loved RuneScape. Have you guys ever played RuneScape? That was a classic. Yeah. Oh, the anime Seven Deadly Sins and Demon Slayer. That's interesting. Yeah, I couldn't get into Seven Deadly Sins. I don't know. I don't know what it was. I just did not enjoy the animation maybe as much. Don't come for me. I don't know why. Demon Slayer is not as plot driven as I like. You know, it's a little bit more actiony. And props to them. Like the animation is crazy good, but yeah. You play Fortnite? Nice. That's one I have not tried, but I've seen everywhere. It looks a lot of fun. I feel like I'd be very terrible at that game. Oh, The Last of Us. Yeah, I did play The Last of Us, and I was really terrible at that game too. I find like the action games, it takes me a long time to get good at them. You know how some people can just like pick up the remote and just like. But to be fair, I hung out with a lot of gamers and stuff in high school. So we used to play Mario Kart like every day. So I'm very good at Mario Kart. I would crush people in Mario Kart. Except for those friends that I used to hang out with because they were so good at it. They were even better at it because they would play every day years before me as well. But to the average man, I would crush in Mario Kart. What's your go-to Mario Kart player? I find that that's like more telling than any like astrology sign. You know what I'm saying? Mine, do you guys want to guess what I do? I'll give you a hint. It's not Mario. What is the thing? I know. I feel like the numbers up top are wrong. They keep saying that there's like only person in the stream and stuff. I don't know. YouTube, get it together, please. It seems to happen quite a bit. But yeah, no, I am a Toad. I love Toad in Mario Kart. His little voice, oh my gosh, I cannot do the Toad voice. I can, but I'm not going to show you guys. It's so embarrassing. Yeah. But yeah, since I'm Toad. Oh, Gabriella. No, is that like a tennis session? I don't know who Gabriella is. Yeah, YouTube is all over the place. Do the song? No, there's no song. There's no song. All right, guys. I feel like I'm almost ready. Oh, here we go. I forgot this. Need the face cream. The issue is I always get like, if I blush at all, it's always like right here and here. So I usually don't put on too much makeup, but when I'm doing my therapy sessions, sometimes if I get a surprise or you know, something unexpected happens, sometimes I get a little blushy, so I like to just put a little bit of concealer there. Where am I going? I'm a Canadian therapist, so I'm gonna go to work and help some people. Thanks, David. Yeah, don't worry. I'm just working. Being a therapist is great. It's my dream job. I feel super, super happy that I'm able to do this every day. I also have such a nice little community with you guys. I love to just catch up with everybody. Anime 4-leaf clover. Ooh, I just got into that one. It was pretty good. That's the one where it's like it's like a world. In a world where everybody knows magic, but there's one guy who doesn't. And he becomes the most powerful because he has a giant magical sword that's not really magical, but kind of is. But he doesn't have any magic. It's a great plot. I love that. The underdog, right? And he wants to be the Wizard King. Oh, she's a doubles player who represents Canada? Oh, okay. Maybe the name is familiar. My dad loves to watch that. He's fangirling about all that stuff. He loves the Blue Jays were doing really well. Blue Jays baseball team, but unfortunately they lost the past 2 games. So that was disappointing. I'll pretend I care a little bit, but I don't. Do I play Block Blast? No. Is that kind of like Tetris? I'm assuming that it is. I've never heard of that one. You can have some maple syrup before I go. Cheers, everybody. Always put maple syrup in your coffee and call it the cup of Joe. Because I'm Joe. Maple Joe? Let me know if you guys come up with a fun coffee name for that. Hi, Lalas. Do I chat and talkie? Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Oh, you know what I need is, there you are, my mascara. Last part. And then I gotta head out, unfortunately, guys. I got some work to do. How do I go on stream? Oh, I think, okay, I looked it up actually, David. I don't know if you remember this. We were talking about how many subscribers you need to go live. And I think you need 50. And I just hit 4K, by the way, guys. Woo! Nice job. Thank you, everybody, for subscribing. That's exciting. Our little community is growing up so fast. Oh, you like my face without glasses? I literally got like the most nerdy looking glasses, so I look very serious in sessions. I like they're thick they're thick lenses and everything. I could have got them normal, but I didn't. I think there's something about kind of like juxtaposition of like having these fancy fancy frames and then just having like thick glasses for no reason. That's just my kind of humor though. I love K-pop Demon Hunters. Ugh, Golden is such a great song. If you haven't seen it, guys, the music in that show is just amazing. And then when it became so popular, I was like, good for them. Like, they deserved it. I don't think they ever thought that they would get so popular. I really don't. But I'm glad that they did. How many? I have 4,000 subscribers right now. Let's make it 5, guys. Woo! Like, share, subscribe. Oh. Oh, you have 15? Oh, really, David? You have 15 subscribers and you can live stream? Oh. Google lied to me. Sorry, guys. Oh my gosh. Hi, Divine. How are you doing? Yeah, whenever you hear the song Golden from K-pop, you dance and watch it on YouTube. You love it so much. Me too. It's such a bop. Everybody loves, what is it called? Soda Pop? That one's okay, but it's not my favorite. I like Golden better. Nerdy. I know, genuinely. See, people don't take me seriously, and then I put these on, and I'm like, hello? Hello? Now you take me seriously, okay? I'm therapist Jorb now. Please take me seriously. But seriously, take me seriously. Please. Please. Hi, Alice. Thank you for saying that. That's really sweet of you. Yeah, just so you guys know, I am accepting clients. If you'd like to book a session with me, Joe Dinsdale at multitherapy.co. Feel free to book a session, but only if you're in Canada or in a country that doesn't have regulations, because I'm only licensed to practice in Canada, or if your place doesn't have any regulations, then that's fine too. Because how it works is that if a person wants to book a session, I have to follow the rules and regulations of both countries. It's very interesting that way. So what kind of Canada do win in Canada? God, I don't know what that means. Do win in Canada. Nope, not sure what that means. You got to live on job? Don't show faces? No, such it. Oh my gosh, that would be such a breach of confidentiality. I am legally obligated to protect my clients with my life. Well, okay. Or at least protect their anonymity. So basically, unless they sign something that says, okay, I'm willing to allow you to record this. So I was able to record sessions when I was doing my placement for school. So to do your master's, you actually had to record some of your therapy sessions and transcribe them and submit them to be reviewed to say, hey, are you a good therapist? Let's see. So yeah, I submitted those recordings. My clients knew that I was recording this for my master's program. But I've never in my entire life heard of a therapist like going full live on stream with their clients. So I don't know if it can be done. Sachin, like I believe that would be really, really interesting to see. Maybe I could do a fake one, you know? Like not a fake one, but like a example one where somebody goes on and they're just kind of like an actor or something. What do you guys think? Would that be fun? What do you think their issue should be? Oh, I see some hearts. I guess people like that idea, huh? I'll have to find somebody. Maybe Demi can pretend to be a client, but she's so unserious. I don't think she would be very good at acting. Hi, RG. How are you doing? Yeah, no, if Demi had to be my actress, I feel like it would just be more joking around than trying to do like a serious therapy session. Yeah, but there's a lot of groups that I'm a part of on Facebook, and I think there's like acting schools. Maybe I could talk to them. Wow, you guys come up with such good ideas. Sachin, thank you for the great idea. I love that. I'm a little bit of an actor myself, you know. I think you need to be able to at least act calm and collected during sessions, right? Be steady for those clients. Yeah, it's pretty interesting stuff, hey? I love to hear from other therapists too. I did an interview with a therapist in Lebanon. That was ages ago. But she was so cool to talk to. Yeah, Sachin. See, we're cooking here. We're coming up with these great ideas. I love it. Doing it live too would be really fun. I think going live, it feels risky, you know? You're just like, oh, what's going to happen? But yeah, I do enjoy it because I get to talk with you guys and get these great ideas that you guys come up with. Team effort, guys. Team effort. All right. Well, I must go. Thank you for tuning in. And hopefully, no, David, not for real people. We're saying actors. Don't worry. I would never do it for somebody real. If you hired an actor to pretend and then we tell everybody it's not real. Like, we're not tricking anybody. I would never want to trick anybody like that. Cat, yes, unfortunately. Yeah, don't worry. Don't worry. I would never trick anybody like that. Oh my gosh, everybody wants me to stay. Oh, you guys are so sweet. Okay, I'll stay another 5 minutes. Bob. Oh, well, what do you guys want to talk about then, huh? If I'm gonna stick around. We could keep talking about therapy stuff if you want. I'm full of beans about therapy. Hi, Randy. I feel like you've been on these live streams before. Am I wrong? Have you been here before? Maybe I found your doppelganger, and there's another Randall out there. Oh, Hollywood? No, no. Honestly, I did the acting thing for a little bit in high school. My parents were really pushing me to be an actor, and I was just it wasn't for me. It's too stressful, guys. I can't. It's too much. I You go into the rooms and there's just a bunch of people who look exactly like you and just yeah, it's too much. Thanks. Uh, just reading. Yeah, but anyways, guys, have you ever acted? Have you ever been in anything? I'd love to hear it if you have. I used to be on this YTV show. It's like a Canada like TV back in the day when the people watched TV. And I was a guest co-host for that. That was fun. And I got to act with the host Simon. I have some pictures of that. Maybe I'll do a little reel of all the different acting I've done. It's pretty silly. I was mostly into musical theater. Do you guys like musical theater? I do still love musical theater. I went to Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat the other day, just like a local production, and it was such a fun vibe. Oh, Alice, really? You used to live in Ukraine and now you live in Alberta? Is that what I'm hearing? Another fellow Canadian? Well, Alice, if you'd like to become one of my clients, feel free to check out my website, multitherapy.co, okay? Yeah, I would love to visit Alberta. Alberta is so much fun. I hear a lot of good things about it. It's supposed to be beautiful. Okay, here's the provinces I've been to. BC, PEI, Quebec, obviously Ontario. What else have I been to? New Brunswick, Newfoundland. Did I say BC yet? BC, and that's it. So I'm missing out on a few of them. Oh, your teacher was from PEI? That's cool. Yeah, I went to PEI. The last trip that I did was to PEI, and it was awesome. They have like all sorts of, I don't know, like the atmosphere there is really, really unique. It's almost like this old school farm, but also like hipster type vibe, if I could describe it. And they're all about Anne of Green Gables. That's their main thing. They love Anne of Green Gables there. It's everywhere. And that's where the cow's ice cream comes from too. If you guys know about the cows t-shirts, where it's like the cows doing like these weird funny puns. Is that just a Canadian thing? Or do you guys know about the cow shirts? So it'll be like Moo Vader or something, and it's like a cow dressed like Darth Vader. Or Harry Potter, Harry Utter or something, and it's like a cow dressed up like Harry Potter. It's just ridiculous. But it's very popular in Canada. Yeah. And if you guys are ever in New Brunswick, the coolest place you could go to is Bay of Fundy because they have this crazy ocean. So the ocean is kind of like red color because of the clay. And you stand on the beach and the water, you can watch the tide go all the way out to the horizon. Like the ocean basically completely disappears. Yeah. And then you can like play, look at the ground. You can find all sorts of stuff like rocks and like fossils and stuff. And then you watch the water slowly come back in, and it's like, and it seems slow, but the thing is fast. Like it can rise really quickly, and people have to be careful because you can walk all the way out on the floor bed of like the ocean basically all the way out, but then the tide can come back in really quickly, so you gotta run all the way back. You gotta be careful, you gotta time it well. And some people actually drive from the mainland to islands during low tide. Like it's that crazy. I just love like, I don't know, it's like the wildest natural phenomenon that I've ever seen. And you can also dye stuff in the clay too. So like I was wearing some white socks and the clay got into my boots, and now my socks are like this nice like burnt sienna kind of color. Pretty interesting stuff, eh guys? Okay, Alice, I'm gonna head out too actually. I said it'd stay 5 minutes. It's been 5 minutes. All right, nice catching up with you guys, and I hope you all have a great day. Bye.